Okay, good morning. Coach Blackstock here, and today we're going to work on maximizing our stride potential where rubber meets the road. We're going to focus mostly on our feet. The foot is a very dynamic joint. It moves a lot of different directions, and we really have to make sure we train it correctly so that way we can get the most out of our stride while reducing injury. So we're going to go over some techniques today, and we're going to make you into a better runner. Okay, so when we're running, we're going to be a little different than our normal standing position. Ideally, yes, we want our toes pointing straight forward, so that way we can get the most out of the leverage we can incorporate from our feet. But as we run, we tend to cheat in a little bit with our stride because we're balancing and we're compensating for the loss of balance. So when we start running, instead of coming straight down like this, we're going to cheat in a little bit, so that way we can offset the weight displaced when we're on one foot. So a lot can happen in this. We can roll our ankle, which by going too far to the right or to the left on either foot. So we really want to train when we come down, we land straight and forward and true, and we don't sink in or sink out to roll and potentially harm our ankle joint. There's a few exercises as well as some further techniques we can go over to prevent this from happening. All right, on the ground level, this is what we ideally want to do. When we come down on our stride, we want our toe up, and right when we hit the ground like it's hot, we spring and fly right off of it. We want to land on the balls of our feet so that way we can get some more muscle incorporation and get some more power as we hit with our stride. Now, a lot of times people will land on their heel and then lose all that potential we can generate from our calf. Also, the extra length we can get with our stride by raising our heel just a few inches off the ground before we land. Now, the amount you'll do this will change based on your ability as well as your event's distance. A lot of long distance runners, you'll see their spikes have more of a cushioned heel because they're more likely to hit their heel and then launch off. It's not necessarily bad, but they definitely lose that potential. But we are human and we can only maintain certain anaerobic and aerobic exercises for so long, so that heel is used to help cushion the times where we can't maintain that stride. But that's what we want to shoot for, is just we want to hover, feet up, feet up, feet up, and then we land, and in slow motion we want to shoot off and get that extra zip as we go. All right, I have some pre-workout exercises that we can do with our elastic band. We take our elastic band, put it on our foot, we make the elastic band nice and taut, and we put it on a bedpost leg, a desk leg, anything like that. And then we're going to do 5 slow reps, and we're not going to overstrain or overstretch our ankle joint, just to the point where we're slowly finding out where its limits are. This will help with, if you do roll your ankle, you won't have a catastrophic or injury. You'll just be able to roll it off and continue on with your race with only a couple partial seconds shaved off your potential time. I want to do this about 5 times, and this is really good pre-workout. I want to do that 5 times each leg. What I like to do is I like to switch feet. Oof. And personally, this is where I had the most trouble with my running. I have very, very tiny feet and small ankles. So once we do one side, switch to the other foot, then we're going to transfer over to the other side. Okay, nice and taut. And then again, nice and easy. So this is really great to do if you have the time right before track practice starts and you start your warm-ups. Okay, so there's that one, and this is the pièce de résistance. We hold the extra band, and then nice and easy, same thing. So this is going to be the movement we incorporate the most, because this is how we want our stride to go. Okay. Switch feet. So by going slow, we are rewriting our neurological and muscular pathways in training, so that way they work in cooperation as much as possible. All right. So it's like many people on the team. If everyone works together, you get more out of it and you get more done. Same thing with our muscle fibers and neurological pathways. If we teach them and train them to work together as much as possible, you'll get more out of it. Now, as far as post-workout stuff, there's not a whole bunch that you need to do. Maybe some stretching and some massage work with just your hands. But the main thing you can do if your ankles are particularly sore after track practice is ice it. Icing reduces the swelling, so that way blood flow can get to it later on, and then you can heal a little bit faster. That's mostly it today for feet, and then we'll work on shins tomorrow, and I'll try to get all these cranked out this week, because I don't know about you guys, but we're starting track practice tomorrow, baby. And we'll get you going, and then we'll see if we can get your personal best times this year.